Hello and welcome along to another episode of our FIFA 19 career with Crewe Alexandra. It's Season 3, Episode 3, and today we continue our Championship campaign and an impressive start with two big games and highlights from Aston Villa and Blackburn. That's right, you can see we're top of the league just by a point. If we go back so you can have a look, we're a point clear of Stoke and one further from Cardiff. It's a bit early to read too much into that, but it certainly means we're going to compete at this level. We've also had some good development off the pitch, and Yannick Pohl, as you can see there, is among the top goal scorers in the division. If we go quickly and look at the calendar, you can see the results since you were last with me. We've not had too many games in the league, just the 4 or 5, and then a couple of cup ones too. So obviously in the last episode we played Preston. It was our first game at this level and we won handsomely in the end. We then lost 2-0 at home to Birmingham, a side that came up with us last year. They were the only side better than us in League One, and they were better than us again on the day this time. They absolutely wiped the floor with us, and we were lucky it was just 2. We then played Preston for the second time in 3rd games in the Cup. We beat them on penalties after a 2-2 draw. It was a really poor game. We were quite poor defensively and we just didn't do enough up front. Moving on though, we managed to sneak through and then got back to winning ways against Ipswich. 2-0 away from home in that one, and we played really well there in contrast. Before we played Leeds, a 2-0 win again at home this time, and we were starting to look really good at this level and completely confident in dominating games. We then went away to Reading and nicked it 1-0 with a late winner. We weren't at our best in this game, but again we were by far the better side. Before we played Plymouth in the League Cup, we won that one 1-0 away from home. Again fairly comfortable, but it took a long time to break them down. We then played Sunderland in the last game. We nicked it 1-0 again after a poor performance, but we got the result, which was all that mattered, and going into the international break we were completely happy. So all good news there, and we go into today's 2 games looking full of confidence and looking to get on the roll in the league before we go into a cup game against Millwall after playing Norwich. We had a couple more transfers to talk about as well. Obviously we mentioned a couple of positions we needed cover, and we've managed to get them. You'll see one in the starting lineup. His name's Yates in central midfield, and as soon as we look at his attributes you'll know the exact reason we signed him. So when we got Pohl last year, it was because he had such pace and power up front, and if we go and look at Yates, a stamina of 99, it was 97 when he joined. I'm not sure how it's gone up, but he is absolutely wonderful. His rating's going through the roof, and with the perfect stamina, you can't ask for much more from a central midfielder who's got to do a lot of work in the diamond. 2 games a week is no problem for him. You can see Ampadu's made it all the way up to 75 now, one of many players in the 70s, and we look absolutely confident at this level and probably have one of the better sides in the league now. If we move down you can find the other player we signed here, a bit like Pohl, about £1.5 million, and it's because of his sprint speed and acceleration. The perfect deputy to Pohl, and I hope he'll become a valuable asset during the season. I don't think we've signed anyone else. The rest of them were here already. A few lads have been moved on, as you would probably expect from the reserve side. None of the big men are out, and we've got a really good squad to compete at this level. So we take that into our game against Aston Villa today, hoping to get a good result, and we'll be back in a moment with highlights from the first half after news of the team sheet. Okay, the lineup's exactly as you'd expect for this first game against Villa. Campos is in goal, McQueen and Justin the fullbacks, with McKenna and Ampadu at centre half. Rossiter's at the base of the diamond with Yates and Needham either side of Morgan Gibbs-White, and Pohl and Morris continue up front, looking to continue their brilliant start to the season as well as the clubs where we currently lead the Championship table. We'll be back in a moment with highlights from the half. It's Villa with the kick-off then. You'll have to excuse my voice disappearing. I've got a bit of man flu, so I can't quite hear everything, and my voice just cuts in and out at times. But it's Villa with the early ball. They got him behind straight away. McKenna's chasing him down. Can't get there. The keeper makes a save though. Campos with a double save. Brilliant work from him, and he clears it quickly towards Carlton Morris. Doesn't work out though. Morris gets the ball in the middle. Loses out. It's out to the right-hand side for Villa. Now Adoma on the right-hand side. It's good to be commentating on names we recognise from the opposition more often, as they have another shot over the bar from Adoma, and it's been a very nervy start and complete dominance from Aston Villa so far. Just under half an hour gone, and we still haven't really had a good chance at goal. Yannick Pohl's the man we need to get into the game. He scored nearly every chance he's had this year, but unfortunately it's Villa coming forward again with Adoma. They find the centre forward, and Pardu's chasing him into the channel. Deflects off him and out for a corner kick, but brilliant defensive work from Ethan Ampadu. Excuse me as my voice disappeared for a second there. Adoma with the corner for Aston Villa. Towards the back post, headed away brilliantly. Neidham will chase it out, but it only goes as far as Tommy Smith. He works the line, beats his man very easily. And now it's into the middle again. Knocked down, and we've got a man closing. Neidham wins it, but it's not far enough. And Ampadu's having to do the work again, which he does really well. In towards the keeper who punches, and now Rossiter can flick it away. Surely Jedinak fouled him there, but it looks like he's got away with it. Yates is back to do the defending, and Justin finds him as we bring in out a defence. Now Morgan Gibbs-White can get it. In fact, it's bypassed him. It's all the way to Morris. It's gone up to Yates now. Yates inside to Pole, trying to find Morris and get the run. Morgan Gibbs-White was waiting for Pole, but he couldn't quite get it in behind for him. James Justin on the overlap. He finds Carlton Morris. Now Morgan Gibbs-White trying to beat his man, trying to be twinkle toes, but it wasn't quite enough, and it's able to be brought away by Villa, who hold it up again. And McQueen's been beaten to it, but he recovers really well on this occasion. Neidham's got the ball at the front of the centre circle. Rossiter up to Morris. Morris holding the ball up. We're just waiting for a run. Back inside to Neidham again, and now Yates is there, sorry. I thought it was going to be Yannick Pole. Rossiter plays a 1-2 with him. Out to the right-hand side. Pole will get there. Yates overlapping again with his endless, tireless energy. Delivers to the front post, but it's cleared away easily. And now Rossiter will get it out to Justin. Tries to deliver it inside, but it's not a good enough ball, and it's easily brought away by Villa. They've given it away to Morris, though. Yannick Pole on the edge. One shot's blocked, two's blocked, and the third one's out for a throw-in. The half-time whistle goes, and a disappointing game has been 0-0 so far. They've had a couple of chances, we haven't really had any, and we'll be back in a moment with highlights from the second half. Morris with the kick-off in the second half gives it to Morgan Gibbs-White. Now Neidham running over halfway. We've really got to get off to a better start in this half. McQueen's been a bit defensive in this game. Usually he's motoring forward, but he's been far more cautious in this one. Not an instruction from us, so I'm not sure where it's come from. Yates goes back to Ampadu. We're just keeping possession for now, making sure they don't dominate the early period again. It's Neidham with the ball, looks for the overlapping run of McQueen. It's cut inside, but there's not really an option, and in the end he gives it away, being a bit too slow again, and in the end commits a foul, but luckily gets away with it. It's an advantage with Adoma. He gets it up to Wakaso. Beats his man easily, terrible defending, and now on a third occasion McQueen's chasing back, but still doesn't make the ball. It's Ethan Ampadu at the back, gives it away to Morgan Gibbs-White. McQueen's going on the overlap. Carlton Morris inside, it doesn't get to him. McQueen's going to be the first man off. He's had a shocking game, and now Ampadu's having to do defensive work again. He's been really solid this season, did make a few errors early last season, but he was just a youngster then, and now he's really starting to mature. Adoma from the right though, the front man beats Ampadu to it, but Campos gathers easily and rolls it out to Justin. Now Ampadu out to the left-hand side. That's the benefit of having him at centre-half. He's a really good footballer too. Up to Carlton Morris. Morgan Gibbs-White runs off him. Waiting for the run of Yannick Pole. Beats the keeper, and we take the lead against the run of play. Yannick Pole with a brilliant finish, and that's all it takes when we've got him up front. An hour gone. We lead 1-0, and we'll make some changes in a couple of minutes. We'll just try and see out this lead for a few more seconds though. It's Villa with the kick-off. They get it to Jedinak, and now back to the centre-half. They'll be absolutely kicking themselves there behind. They wasted a couple of really good chances in the first half, and that was probably our first good shot on goal, if any at all. And Yannick Pole puts it into the top corner. Brilliant work from him. And now it's Wakaso coming forward for Villa. The game's taken its normal pattern again since the goal. Villa coming forward with Jedinak. Wakaso plays a 1-2 with him. Up to the centre forward. Now Wakaso again. Easy up to the centre forward now to Adoma. Adoma tries to beat his man, but he's given the ball away to McKenna, who tries to give it away, but it's terrible. Ethan Ampadu's doing the work and forces it easily at the keeper. Here's Morgan Gibbs-White. Out to the left-hand side to McQueen. Back to Rossiter. We do want to make the subs. We just can't get the ball out of play. James Justin on the right-hand side. We've got a man inside in Yates. Yates back to Rossiter again. This is how much we're starting to dominate possession this year. We've had to adapt our tactics, but it's worked. As Yates get in the area, it is an awful ball. In fact, we'll say it's a great crossfield pass to highlight the fact that it was a terrible shot. They don't need to know that. We'll just say it was a well-completed pass. McQueen's holding up, but he's got no energy left at all. Does deliver in the end, deflects off a couple, and it's cleared by Adoma. We're into stoppage time, the final whistle goes, and we've nicked a 1-0 win. It was an appalling game of football, aside from the first 10 minutes that Villa dominated, but we got the 3 points, and that's all that matters. A wonderful win, and we maintain our place at the top of the Championship via a Yannick Pole goal on the hour mark. That's a brilliant start to this episode, and we'll be back in a moment with our second game against bottom of the table Blackburn. Right, a different type of game today. We're playing against bottom of the table Blackburn. We're expected to win. They're one of the sides we'd expect to be fighting relegation with at the start of the season. But as it is, we're right at the top and Blackburn are playing as expected. We've made 3 changes for this one. Pelly Ruddock comes in with Panico in the number 10 role and Potts at left back. McQueen was the most tired from the last game and Nyden wasn't far behind, nor was Morgan Gibbs-White. So they're the 3 that have dropped out. The rest of the lineup, as you can see, is the same, and we'll be back in a second with highlights from the first half. Panico will take it, an outswinger towards the centre forward Morris, great header, but it's easy enough for Raya, who gets it down to his right hand side, the Blackburn keeper. Justin gets the ball from the short kick. He finds Ampadu, inside to Rossiter, now Yates. Yates has got Ruddock running off him in the middle. Beats the first man. He's got time and space to run into. Tries to find Panico, but it's a great recovery challenge by the Blackburn defender. And it's brought away by Palmer down the right. Palmer's got Ampadu chasing him, does just enough to deflect it. And he'll recycle possession too. Brilliant work from him. And a composed pass to Yates, who finds Potts the left back. He's got room to run into for the second or third time today, and he chooses to find Panico inside. A poor touch from him gives it away, and now Ampadu's doing work out wide again. Rossiter's closing down. McKenna's got to make this. He does. It's a brilliant tackle, and that's the difference, having 2 strong centre-halves who can easily compete at this level. They're the best 2 players in the team, and they're performing like it too. An easy header for Blackburn from the corner, but it's saved by a Campos, and now Justin brings it away to Ampadu. It's Blackburn coming down the left with Bell. Bell finds a ball in behind towards Dak, but Ethan Ampadu again is brilliant defensively and composed to bring it out and pass it away for Justin. Pelly Ruddock trying to go inside. He's got McKenna there. McKenna plays it out to Yates, and now we have got time and space. We've got 4 on 3 on the counter here. If we can find the right pass, it's a terrible ball from Yates, and it doesn't find Panico as a result. McKenna's chasing back as Palmer's in behind, and hopefully he can get a challenge in time. He can't. It's delivered to the front post, but James Justin gets a challenge in, and Yates deflects the second ball. Ampadu closes at the edge, and it deflects off his backside, just behind for a corner kick. We survive at 0-0, but this has been a terrible first half display. Into the back post with the corner. A Campos clears as far as Morris. He heads it back brilliantly to Rossiter, who gives the ball away with slow possession again. He blocks the cross, and the second time, but it's into a Campos, who manages to deal with it just ahead of the on-rushing striker. Here goes Ampadu on the counter. He's given the ball away too, and now it's Blackburn with a 3-on-1. They've got him behind, but McKenna does brilliant work. He's certainly saved Ampadu a couple of times in this one, as he's had a rare poor first half. Yates is there again. Ampadu's trying to close down the cross but can't. Justin heads away to Morris. A terrible touch from him, and we're going to be lucky to survive at the break at 0-0. Another really poor first half performance, but we managed to go in level and with the hope of nicking something in the second half. We'll be back in a second with highlights from that. Second half, Blackburn with the kick-off. They're playing it in midfield, just trying to keep things comfortable for now. Yannick Pohl will close them down, but it's easily gone past him. We really need to up our game in the second half, just as we did against Aston Villa, but I think it's going to be an offside, and we can bring it away with an Ampadu free kick. Goes short to Justin. Inside to Pelly Ruddock. Back out to Justin again. We've got 2 men running. We just need to get Pohl in behind. Panico wins the ball. Cuts it back to Yates. Yates does really well. He's got Morris running off the left. Terrible pass. And it's cleared away for a throw-in. Not the best play. And unfortunately it's cleared. It was a bit of a promising sign though that we got in behind. As Yates gets the ball down the line. That's deflected too. And we'll start again with McKenna. He goes back inside to Ampadu. Right in the middle of the pitch in the centre circle, and he's got plenty of space to run into. He might have a dig, 30 yards out, deflects off the centre half for a corner, and why on earth not when you can run that far unopposed. Ampadu with the effort, and it's a corner to be taken by Panico. In towards the middle, Ampadu's the man going up, but the keeper gets there first. Rossiter finds Ruddock. He gets it into Yates. Lovely through ball, but it's a poor finish straight at the keeper, and Raya easily clears. Ampadu wins the header though. Up to Carlton Morris. Waits for the run from Yates into the area. Good effort from him, but the striker's closed down just too quickly, and it's deflected behind for another corner. Potts will try and take on his man. He goes down the line to Yates. Yates inside to Panico. beats his man to it. Lovely little fake shot to go outside, and now Potts again. Inside to Morris, who's there first time. Skips him though, goes straight to Pole. Now Panico. Pole's running off him, but it's gone over the top to Justin. Can we deliver into the box? We can, but it's cleared away. Hacked out by Blackburn as they continue to hold on in this half. Justin beats his man and delivers. Morris is in there, and we finally got the breakthrough with 10 minutes left. A wonderful goal from Morris, and let's make some substitutions. Rossiter's got a knock. Saunders will come on for him. Asuna comes on for Justin, who's knackered at right back. Panico struggling for fitness too, as are a few of the others. So we're going to take Panico off and bring on James Jones in the attacking midfield role. 3 substitutions after we finally break down the defence with a wonderful cross. Let's see if we can hang on to it, as this would be a brilliant 3 points. Yates goes down the line to Morris, and now he can finally counter. He's just going to cut in and play it to Pelly Ruddock. He's got a runner off him in Jones, and now we can make the most of it down by the corner flag. Inside to James Justin. It's not Justin, it's Asuna who's come on for him. How many times has he come up in 10 minutes? Pelly Ruddock with the ball on the right byline. Into Yates unmarked, and he's hit the post. Potts on the rebound, it's blocked. We could have put a bit of gloss on the victory there, as Saunders gets it back to Yates. The final whistle goes, and we've managed to nick another 1-0 win. So many times this season we've scored late goals, and it's a really good sign for our side that's a lot more physically imposing this year. A great run and finish from Morris off of the James Justin cross, and we nick another 1-0 lead to stay top of the league after 8 games played. A wonderful start and a wonderful episode with 2 victories. If you did enjoy it, please put a thumbs up on the video. Let me know down in the comments what you think of our summer signings. Do you think we can get a 3rd successive promotion? I certainly do, with the way this team's developing. As most of them are young, they'll only get better. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content, as my channel name gives away. We've got content across the week from 2 long-term stories, and then this FIFA 19 career every Friday. We've also got our special Christmas series, which is continuing on for a 2nd season. A few of you requested it, so that's out on Friday too, and was out at 3 o'clock today if you missed it. But a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and we'll see you next time for another couple of big games from our championship season.